So I guess the only thing left to do, throw out this whole module right here. Bye. Hey guys, Brickset here, and welcome back to another city update. This is a very exciting one because today we are prepping for the Ninjago City Garden set, which is coming out January 14th, which is next week by the time you're watching this. So yeah, but before we talk about my plans for that set, I do want to just mention a couple of tiny changes I made to the city. The first one you'll actually see right behind me there. I moved the Ninjago City poster. It was there, and I flip-flopped the Imagine Dragons, the Ninjago City one. So you'll see it in more videos because it's now kind of in front of the camera more often. So yeah. The other change is I sort of set up the Fire Fang and then the Katana V11. I got sort of a little Pyro Viper, Pyro Snake, what even are they called, marching out, and then Kai and Sane are challenging them. So yeah. But yeah, for this project, obviously it's a Ninjago City set, so it's going to be connected to the Ninjago City sort of proper, the set area. Now, this is something I have not really worked on in almost a year, which is a really long time. So on the waterfront here, we have the beach and then the Ninjago City docks and then Ninjago City. And then this little 16 wide bit right here is a custom building I made that I never really finished. I never got the pieces to actually finish it. So there's no railing. So I feel like before we get Ninjago City Gardens, I should also try to finish the rest of the area just to make it a little more complete. And that includes the water here too, which is road base plates right now. And the amount of trans light blue 1x2 tiles I need is ridiculously expensive, so I won't be getting all of those and then buying a $400 or $300 set. That's just not going to be a smart move for me, but I think I could at least buy all the parts to cover up the road base plates, so at least it maybe looks a little bit more like it's water and much less like a road, because it's kind of ugly to look at, and I think just covering that up would actually help a lot, even though it's still not the light blue color that I want it to be. So here we are in the back corner. There's the Ninjago City docks. There's Ninjago City. And then right next to it, we have my custom Lego store module that I'm actually pretty proud of. I really like this thing. And then right next to it, we have this one right here, which is much smaller. And honestly, I've never really been a fan of it. This is a modified 2011 Burrow. Is kind of the upper part of this building, and there's a bridge from a Far From Home set. I've never really enjoyed this area, and Ninjago City Docks is a corner modular that takes up a 32x32 base plate, which is what these all are built on. If I wanted to, I could extend out the city and do some major rearranging in order to keep all of the parts, but honestly, I'm kind of very okay with just sort of scrapping this little component and then having the city here. Now, it would be a little weird to have the brand new shiny set sort of in the back. So what I might end up doing once I get the set is move Ninjago City proper to this back corner here, but then move the gardens here. And I think that it would work. And even though it's a corner, the leaked pictures kind of lead me to believe that it might also work as an end cap on this side, which would actually look really good. So I'm kind of thinking that the gardens will go in this corner. I know it will be weird, but I think it will end up looking really good. And obviously, eventually I'll get used to the set, and then it won't look so weird being brand new and in the corner. Scrapping this means I get a whole bunch of new pieces to use for things and a lot of black tiles, which means it's less expensive for me to buy all the ones that I need. So it kind of works out, you know? Welcome back to another episode of cool angles you can't really get in real life, but you can with a small enough camera. Just kidding. What you're looking at right now is the entrance to my multi-story Lego store, and I'm really proud of this thing. It spans all the way down, and this is the custom level that's right next to Ninjago City, obviously. And one of the design challenges I had with this thing was in Ninjago City, they use this piece all along, but since it's a corner piece, they don't need to go the full 32x32 length with that technique, and it actually doesn't work out. The math doesn't quite work out for you to be able to use that technique on the full 32 by 32 length, which is why I sort of have this piece here as sort of a placeholder. Essentially, one of these in dark gray is kind of the best substitute I've found for being able to sort of keep the idea going, I guess. And there is precedent for using this piece in Ninjago City docks. So I think that's what we're going to go with. But I do need to order some of those pieces and put them on here. Though it's literally like two of them and then one of those. So that won't be too bad to get. But then I also wanted to sort of get some extra signage and then the little bits here to also put on there. We'll do that. And I'm thinking for sort of the advertisements and stuff. Pretty much after doing that, I think that this module would pretty much be done. Another thing I might do if I'm already ordering some bricks and pieces is I've been missing some doors a lot lately. So like the surf shop right here doesn't have a door. And more importantly, Chen's doesn't have a door. So I'm going to order some doors. So I'm in studio putting together a sort of wanted list because it's really easy to, I think it's easier to find pieces in studio than it is to search Bricklink or Pick a Brick. And then I can have quantities and then I can export this as a Bricklink wanted list and then sort of take care of things that way. So pretty much I just need a couple more pieces to finish it off here. And the water you saw was the water to go in front of this thing. And then I also just grabbed the water that I would need to put behind it as well. Just, I don't know, we'll see if that can happen. There are also these Technic holes right here, which I don't really know what to do with. I was kind of thinking I might try to hang some of the advertisement pieces. This one, which there are extras in both sets. And I think the docks ones are actually stored right in there. But I don't really know how I can easily attach one of these panels to Technic studs. But I'll work on that and see if I can come up with anything. Because I think that might look really good to have something like that right there. There it is. I went with this ad instead of the one I was thinking of earlier. And how that's attached is some clip pieces and some brackets onto those pieces there, which I think works out really, really nicely. Also, it's always kind of bothered me that there was not really a railing for this area because obviously that's kind of a big fall for a minifigure. So I went ahead and actually added all of these pieces to it, which I got in like a pick-a-brick thing a while ago, and I never really had a use for them, but I really, really like this. And I don't think I'm going to put anything over it. I kind of like just having the exposed stuff there. And then also underneath here, I continued that just so minifigures can't fall off here. I added a little Kai symbol. This is from the Airjitsu Flyers or the Dragon Masters. I don't remember exactly, but there's that. I really, really like having this feel a lot more complete, and we have some printed pieces to make it a lot more intricate and visually interesting, I think. I'm actually eyeing these three technicals and like wondering if there's a 2x4 tile that I want to put there. Turns out there were three of them. So we have this Lego Amusements one, which is from the Fairground Mixer, and then this 95, which is from some car set. I don't know which one. And then this one, which is from a New York magnet, so it's a little outline of the New York skyline. I like all of these, and I think it'd be kind of fun to have a Cars reference in there. But I think the Lego Amusements one is probably the one I'm going to go with just because it's then right next to the Lego store. So I think that just makes the most sense. So there you go. So when I was building this about a year ago, I tried to keep the original sort of part usage from the proper set, which starts about here. And I tried to continue that into this area. So yeah, the original set uses a bunch of these pieces for the underside, but they are in dark bluish gray. I have three here that are in black just because I ran out of the piece. I had a couple in dark bluish gray, but I need to color swap those three. So one of the things I will order is just pieces to do that. I'm also seeing this tan piece right here, and that's going to have to go too. These pieces here I have in light bluish gray, and I have a couple in dark bluish gray, but I need to also color swap two of those. I need two more of this piece, and then obviously one of these in dark bluish gray.
And then basically all of the advertisements are on these dark bluish gray clips, so I'm going to get a bunch of those. What I'm thinking for the advertisements on this section are basically just, I think I'm going to try to use tiles that I already have, if I can. So we'll have to pick out a couple of those to use. And then I also want to get these lantern pieces, so I'll have to figure out how many of those I need to get. But then this block will actually be completely done, so I'm looking forward to that.
So I dug through my stickers and printed pieces, and I was able to find a lot of really cool stuff. So I tried to make a couple. One of the things I found was this hammer sticker for Hammer Industries from this set, and it's really cool, and it's a little Marvel reference, so I thought that would be awesome to have in the city somewhere. Basically how these work, so like this is one of the normal fence pieces on the middle floor, but then you clip them on there, and you basically have 6 studs, although you basically can't sort of have anything bracing it in the back in the middle. So if you have like 2 1x3s next to each other, it works really well. But you can also have like a 1x4 sort of bracing in the middle, but basically you just need to have that gap there. This is another one I did. I found a Shield logo and I just put some pieces on either side. So we have sort of a 6 wide ad for Shield, which maybe in Ninjago is a tire company or something, but it's also a reference to us humans. I got an Octan rubbish sign from, honestly, I have no idea where. And then actually this is from something that is going to be a good source of stickers for this project. And that is all of the Prime Empire sets, or most of them, came with extra stickers for things. So, you know, you have all of these, and they're like unique too, which is super awesome. So, yeah, I'm gonna go through those. That's what this sticker is from, and it's a 2 wide, so it needs to be paired with a 4 wide. I also made this little advertisement, which is for some kind of like tabletop game or something, or it's a game store, because I have this D-pad thing right here, which I've never put a sticker on a 1x1 tile, and it's kind of terrible, but I think that it looks pretty good. And I'll probably have to do a lot of a 1x1 and then a 1x2 next to it in order to get everything to work out, because I can't brace it here. And having it actually extend down will work with this system. And actually it just has to be here because it wouldn't work right there. So yeah, but it does work, so I'm excited about that. But yeah, I have almost as many advertisements as I need for this little strip right here. But before I'm done with this, I actually want to figure out, there's another custom block that will need to have some extra stuff, and I need to do some modifications before I can know how many advertisements I need for that one. And that block is the little Paradise Cafe City Pizza Surf Shop right here. And this one is a lot more sort of unfinished, the walkway is, than even the last one. But I'm hoping to remedy that. I kind of want to rebuild this and maybe get the walkway to be attached to the bottom of the Paradise Cafe, because this also comes up, obviously, so maybe get these to attach somehow would be nice. And then, yeah, I need to finish all of this and make it work. Okay, so that was a little annoying because I forgot that I actually attached these two in a previous video. So I was trying to pull them apart, but they're on the same base plate. There's a 32x32 running right about here. Okay, fine. So I just had to pull it all out at once, but that's not really a problem. So yeah, pretty much I want the walkway to be secured to the bottom of the cafe. Now the way I built this, the surf shop, the top of it is right here, so the cafe is actually almost completely above, which isn't ideal, but I think it does make sense to pick up the cafe and the walkway at the same time. And when it's secure, this whole building will be much more stable, I think. So I changed my mind and I'm going to attach it to the surf shop, and I was actually able to do that pretty well with just a Technic brick little extension right here, which is kind of a similar technique I used for the Lego store in this part. And that is just basically, I'm building the floor into the wall of the shop, which is just going to make this whole build super strong. You do get some technicals inside, but I don't really care. And actually, right now, I'm dropping the whole surf shop down by a floor. It'll still be tall enough for minifigs because it's still 6 high. And what that will basically let me do, the coffee shop will be much lower to the street, so I won't need this weird staircase thing. So yeah, I think that this change will actually turn out to be really, really good for everyone involved. Another little progress update here. I'm just sort of figuring out how many more of these I need on here. But basically, I have the bottom. This is all very solid now. And actually, now that it's attached, I don't really feel like I need any other supports. I might want to do something to kind of secure this staircase here a little bit more, but it's pretty secure, so I don't I don't really know what to do about because like originally this was a support for the build, but it's not touching right now, and this thing is doing just fine. So not really sure what to do there. Putting the coffee shop on, you can see that there's sort of this little area here that's sort of recessed, and I kind of like that. And I'm thinking I might put some tables and chairs there so people can eat on the sidewalk, and I really, really like having that little space there. It's lower now, and I think it looks fine. So now I just need to figure out what to do with this corner here, because so these bricks kind of represent where this stuff will end, and that needs to something needs to happen there. I'm just not super sure what. Borrowing more from the official sets, Ninjago City Docks has a corner right here where it sort of rounds, and basically it looks like this. So that's what I'm gonna do. Nice. And yeah, I think I'm pretty much done with this, other than making a couple modifications with parts I have, and then putting the stuff that I need to still get into a Bricklink wanted list to then figure out kind of where I'm going to buy it from. So let's start doing that. So I've pretty much gotten to a point, I think, where I have a list of all of the pieces that I need to get. And yeah, I've made some adjustments to this. So yeah, I added a little table here. And despite it's kind of misleading how much room is there, because I was really only able to fit one chair, and I still want to have kind of a pathway for people to come. So I guess I'm stuck with one chair there. I decided to have Mistake coming to serve some tea to this lady, and then I just brought Cardio Carry to have gotten coffee and start walking out of the shop. On the back here, I added some more sort of railings around. This one is so that there's an end cap. This side will be all of the normal fence pieces from the official sets. So this side just needed something to sort of cap it off, and I decided to just sort of keep this kind of idea going. So yeah, and the surf shop will be getting a door very soon. That is one of the things that needs a door still. And I'm also going to play with it and see if I can get water for here. And then there's just like a tiny little bit of space that needs water on the other side. I don't know. We'll have to see how much it costs and how much the other stuff costs, and I will make a decision on that. But if I do it, then it would sort of mean that all of my built sections have water. It's just the stuff sort of in between that doesn't, which I guess would be progress. We can slowly get all of the water everywhere, which would be fun. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out, and I was able to remove a support here, and I think it works fine. I also removed the one in front here, and maybe I'll put it back. I don't know. I don't think it's not needed, and I kind of didn't really like how it looked, but I don't know. We'll see how that goes, but for right now, there's not going to be any more supports here. Well, I've kind of gone through and made a bunch of different designs for the advertisements, and I really, really liked a lot of the Prime Empire stickers, but they're only 1x2 and then kind of 1x1 or 1x1 rounds. So I ended up doing this a lot where I have just a 1x2 and then a 1x1 on the end, but I think that will work out pretty nice. So yeah, I sort of used a bunch of different colored bricks on the sides here to represent basically where one of these pieces is going to go, and then I just put whatever advertisement on. This one is the shorter one, so that's why there's only one there. So I used another Dragon Masters one, and I have an Overwatch symbol and then a strawberry, and I got the Hammer Industries one and the Dragon one, and then I have this thing which I think is from Chima, and then the space poop there, and then this design. I'm trying to remember what that says. I think it's Cole, the cake is a lie, but I might be wrong on that. But yeah, and then over here I have this nice all-in-all sticker from Cars 2, so I thought I'd throw that in there. M-Tron with a little smiley face, and then Dragon and Ninja again, and then the game, and then Shield. The Dragon and the Ninja ones, I also have Dragon and Ninja over here. I was able to find sort of the Ninja logo in different colors there, with the text in different colors, but then I found two of the same logo sticker, little pixel art Ninja there, so I used that, like this is a clothing brand maybe or something. And then similarly with Dragon, I have Dragon and then one of these skybound sort of souls faces there, and then I have Dragon in different colors with a different one. So I don't know. I just think that little consistency works really nicely. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out. Adding some railings and refining the builds on my custom portions of Ninjago City, and I'm really excited to get the pieces and then have a sort of complete Ninjago City, I guess, kind of docks area. The whole city is called Ninjago City, but you know, the set Ninjago City. I don't know. It's kind of confusing, but I guess kind of the oceanside area. Yeah, let's call it that, the oceanside area. Well, there we go. They are placed back in the city. So we have our updated little sign area and railings there. And then coming over here, we have our updated railings there. And all around the front, we actually have a railing now. Although it looks kind of bad and weird right now, but the sort of groundwork for a full, complete railing is there, I guess. But yeah, I'm really excited about this project. So I'll get the pieces ordered, and judging by the delays that are happening with LEGO orders right now, I kind of doubt that they will come in time for the release of Ninjago City Gardens, but I guess we'll try, and if not, then you know, we can throw in Ninjago City Gardens and then just know that the whole area will be complete soon enough. So I guess the only thing left to do is remove this piece and the little fence here, because the walkway is going to continue with the addition of Ninjago City Gardens, and then throw out this whole module right here. Bye. After I recorded an outro, so in the outro you won't see this, but after I recorded it, I was sort of cleaning up more, and then I found that I had a ton of like decent sized black plates. I'm not sure where they're from, because I thought I kind of used up all of my black plates before, filling in the areas of the water that I could, and then I was going to just fill the rest of the area with plates that I would have to buy. But I found a ton of them, and I was actually able to cover this entire section. Now, keep in mind this was using some of the pieces here, but also there were a ton that weren't from that, that I just had, and I'm not sure where they're from, but yeah, I was able to completely cover the back here, which I'm really happy about. Saves me a good chunk of money, and yeah, like it looks good. Of course, it's not as good as it would be if there were the water tiles on it, but I think for now, I'm much happier with this than just having the road plates, which in front there you will still see the road plates, but yeah, I mean, this was like a decent section, so it's really only about 3 more base plates, not even that I have to fill with black plates that I'll have to buy. So yeah, that's kind of awesome. But yeah, that is going to do it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like this and you're new, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.